Okay. I thought I was done for the night, but then I watched this video, and I don't want to rank on this guy. I mean, some people are probably watching this and probably thinking, well, you're being really hard on this guy. Yeah. But I'm not trying to be hard on the guy. I just realized that some of the things he's saying are not correct. So he says that nobody can hit this song by Less Than Chains, Man in the Box. He compliments Maynard. Maynard did do a great job of covering the song. I'll agree there. What I disagree with is that other people can't hit this. I've hit it many nights. And again, if you A-B it, it's going to sound just like Lane Staley, or pretty dang close. Close enough that most people, maybe even Lane himself if he was alive, couldn't discern the difference. So, be my guest, take my track and A-B it, put it in your DAW behind the music, and we'll see if it fits. But I'll play the clip. It's during the chorus, The Man in the Box.
Of this song, and the choruses, we all know how hard they are. Just sing, and he...
Impossible is the word that he says, except for Maynard.
Absolutely nailed it.
Okay, so that's the clip so far, is he's saying that's an impossible thing to do. And given he used a live clip with live effects and a sound man, I don't have a sound man, but I do have effects. So, yeah. So anyways, like I said, we covered this song many times. So, make sure I've got myself going yet. I do have it recording. Good. So anyways, this is where I'm at with it. Maynard's a great singer. Maynard's obviously taken vocal lessons. He's practiced. Great singer. So, not disrespecting him, and not disrespecting this what's his name again? Crazy singing. But you're wrong. A lot of guys can, well, not a lot of guys, but there's several of us that can hit that note, as I will demonstrate now. My eyes, can you sew them? Jesus Christ, deny your maker, who tries shall be wasted. Feed my eyes, now you sew them shut. Not bad. See, I think that's how I'm hitting my hand. I've been hurting my fingers, and I think that's my habit of throwing my microphones, messing up my tendons. It's making them sore. I gotta stop getting the habit of doing that. But anyways, like I said earlier in my earlier video, I'm obviously dressed the same, so I made them in the same night. Not having the best vocal night, but it's not horrible. And I was about to call it done, and then I saw that video, and I thought, dude, I sang that song all the time. So again, just for prestigious purposes.
Sing, and he absolutely
Maynard
nailed it.
doing it. And that wasn't even the best. I mean, that's like after I already did it a couple of times on a maybe average night. eyes. Jesus Christ. I mean, I've been talking for an hour or 2 hours, and then I've been singing little bits in between here and there, so my voice is a little raspier, but I'm still hitting those notes. It's not impossible to sing. So, yeah, he's saying all this stuff is impossible, or it's almost impossible. If you're a good vocalist, God forbid a great one, you can do this. You got to have your vocal technique. You got to have your vocal lessons. You got to practice. You can't have the free lunch. I'm sorry, there is no free fucking lunch. You know, I wish there was. I'd be eating that shit all day long. But it's not going to happen. You got to pay. You got to do the work. So anyways, that's where I'm at with this whole thing, the Alice in Chains. It is a harder note to hit, especially when he drags it out, you know. My eyes. A lot of Scott Weiland stuff is like that. A lot of Scott Weiland stuff is every time I'm falling down, all alone I'll fall to pieces. I mean, he just drags those notes out. And that's what you can do if you got good wind. If you got your wind and you know your vocal range and you can do those notes, then that's what you can do. I mean, it's not impossible. It's just not something that a lot of people work at and get good enough at. And again, I'm not having the greatest night, but I can still make my voice do what I want it to most of the time because I've put in the work, I've put in the time, I've put in the money to have vocal teachers show me how to do this stuff. And then I, most importantly, once shown this, practiced it. You got to practice. And you can't say, well, one day I'll get the microphone that's better, one day I'll get the effects loop that's better, one day I'll get the vocal teacher that's going to teach me. Because I've got news for you. There's a zillion things that happen in the world. You think you're going to get that vocal lesson tomorrow, that person might not even be alive. That person might not be teaching. If you find a good vocalist that can, a great vocalist that can teach you the techniques effectively so that you can understand it, I highly suggest that you pay whatever the cost is to go and mentor with them. They will teach you and you will learn. The other thing is if you got a chance to get a guitar or a microphone or a piece of gear, a tool, I mean, what's your carpenter going to do? The guy that's building your garage, he's, well, you know, I wanted to get that new staple gun, but it was $50 and I didn't have $50. I went out to eat instead. Are you going to have him put on your shingles by taking the staples and hammering them in with his hammer? And it's a useful tool. And yeah, you could hammer in staples and they'll probably work. But wouldn't you rather have him with a staple gun and hammer gun and the best ones that are available to him? So why are you shortchanging yourself when it comes to your microphone or your effects or your PA system or your guitar strings or whatever? If you're a musician, you've got to put forth the effort, and the effort is going to cost you time and money, just like anything else. If you don't, you're going to be like these idiots that play out in the bar and do things half-ass and never really sound like the album. And only people that really appreciate them are their friends and family and drunk patrons that don't know any better. I can walk into a bar and people will fucking hate me. They might hate the way I look. They might hate the way I dress. They might think that I'm a total dip. But the minute I get up there and start playing, that's when the room starts getting quiet. And then it starts really getting loud and crazy. And that's because you won them over. Not because you're the best person in the world. Not because they're your family member, your friend. It's because you are something that the rest of them aren't. And that is a great musician performing live music. And just like the best carpenter out there, it's impressive. And I'm not just saying that about carpenter. If you go out and you see somebody that can do things with wood, you think, I could do that. And you get the same saw and you get the same rulers and you run it through. If you haven't done it for years, you might get lucky and fluke it once, but you're not going to be able to make a china hutch out of just wood, you know? You're not going to be able to do that. You can't go out to Menards and grab some wood and plane it all and put it together and expect it to work or function like somebody that's been doing it for 30 or 40 years or even 10 years with a good mentor. You're just not going to be able to do that. They're better than you were going to be. Sorry. And if you doubt that, please go out and spend the money and time and try it. It won't end very well for you. Trust me. They make it look easy. Just like your good vocalists and your good guitar players. That being said, it's not impossible. Like anything else in life, if you just put forth the effort.